Hey, everybody, it's your girl, Author Doc B. She's in the building. And guess what? We have a special treat for you tonight. You don't want to miss it. Let me tell you, we got my boy. I call him Azim. I know he's going to tell you his name, his first and last name. Y'all know I'm not good with names. I want to thank everybody from coming to bring it to the table. I'm your host, Felicia B. That's Author Doc B. Yep, DOC. Yep. I went out and got one of them suckers. Okay. Now, listen, bring it to the table is a safe space where anyone can come who has overcome, conquered, and survived anything and is living beyond your dreams. Now, we all know that the podcast started as an offspring from my book, The Three C's. The three C's is that I survived a crack addiction, cancer diagnosis, and COVID-19. Yes, I did all three C's. So guess what? I'm still here. Why? Why am I still here? I decided to take my show on the road and impact a broader group of people. All right. And so, cancer centers, I'm going into cancer centers. Yep, sure am. I'm going on COVID units in a hospital. Yep, to carry the message. And what's the message? If I can survive, you can too. If I can live beyond my dreams, you can too. Let's change the world one person at a time, one corner at a time. Here's my favorite: one community at a time and one family at a time. And so tonight we got Azzam Abdul Azim. I know I said that right that time. I've been practicing. It's a tongue twister, but you all will get it. And so without further ado, I'm going to take us off of private because when we go backstage, hold on, we're going to go public. Let's go public and let more people come in because, that's how this thing works. I don't know why it does that, but I still like streaming live because when we are sleeping, we have people overseas viewing our show. So we're going to edit the privacy and go public. Yep. And we're going to change it. And then we're going to, without further ado, we're going to bring him on. Now, I know a little bit about him because we do the same things. Okay. We do the same things. But his story is amazing. To me, he's powerful. I say he's more than a man. No, not God, but more than average man. And I'm so grateful that he agreed to come on the show. Do me a favor. Let's give those hearts. Where's those hearts? Click, like, and share. Please share the broadcast. The more people that know about Bring It to the Table with your host, Doc B, spreading the word about overcoming, conquering, and surviving things and living beyond your dream. I survived 3 near-death catastrophes. What about you? Who are you willing to talk to about it? Who are you willing to tell your journey? This wasn't always on my face. Look like a heart now, don't it? That's cancer treatment. That came as a result of cancer treatment. So I'm going to shut up. It ain't about me tonight. Because y'all know I can make it about me. I'll turn the whole show upside down, okay? We want to bring our brother on, Azzam Abdul. I got it right. I know I did. Azim. Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear us? We can't hear you. You got to turn it up a little louder. Unless I have to turn it up. Let me see.
Can you hear me this way?
Oh, that's way better. I love that part
Okay.
right here. Yes.
I
That's a
like your
lot
headset.
better. That's a lot better. Yes, it is. How you doing? Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, sister. How you feel? Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Today is a good day. We're above ground, brother. We're above ground.
Absolutely.
Oh, those hearts is rolling in. You must got some people. We
Yeah,
got people like
yeah.
H&R Block, don't we?
Let's do that.
So I explained to you about the show. You've been all over the podcast on YouTube. You've been checking it out. Well, we're also on Spotify.
Okay.
We're also on Instagram. We're also on Facebook, 3 different groups in Facebook live right now, live. And you're also on Twitter. live, and you're on the YouTube channel live, and you're on LinkedIn live. So if
Interesting.
you have colleagues out there and people out there, I like the overseas group because they are, when we go to sleep, they get up, they start watching it, and then you wake up in the morning, you get like blowing 1,000 comments and stuff. I'm your feedback girl. I like the feedback so I can know what to bring to the people. You know what I mean?
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Somebody in the audience saying assalamu alaikum. Alaikum assalam. Hold on, let me thank the audience. Hi, Carolyn. Thank you for joining. Hi, Pam. Thank you for joining. I see all of you. Hey, how y'all doing? Thank you for supporting us. We appreciate you. Tonight is our finale. Oh, yeah. I had to bring him on for the finale. He is ending the summer series of surviving addiction. I'm going to go right into my questions. You want to jump right into it?
Come on, let's do it, sis. I'm ready.
Okay. So, please tell the audience who is Azim. And am I saying it right? Azzam Abdul Azim.
Azzam Abdullah Azim.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes, ma'am.
I got it right. Who is he? Tell the
Okay.
audience.
He's a young man who came from a family of four, single parent household. I was the youngest and raised by my three sisters and my mother. So this started off in Brooklyn, New York,
Mm-hmm.
but originally I was born in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
And the crazy thing is to two heroin addicts. I was born to two heroin addicts. Thank God for a loving grandmother. You know what I'm saying? I didn't end up, in foster care anything. So she held us down for about 8 years, and we went to live in Brownsville, Brooklyn, and this is where it began that, it's such a life, man, after getting clean and finding out, how they say that most of us believe that the disease of addiction was present long before we started using.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand that until I got clean,
Okay.
and growing up in Brownsville, my grandmother had five sons, and all of them had different identities,
Okay.
and that's where it started at.
Okay.
You know.
All right. And so, in your life today, what is the most significant and profound thing that you do daily?
Oh man, it's impacting other lives. I love your three C's, right? I have something similar with three C's. I call it confront, challenge, and change.
Yes.
And I have been, my purpose actually, Allah gave it to me. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know my purpose. There was a point in time I had around 10 years clean, going to a divorce, living in a halfway house with a
Mm-hmm.
master's degree. And
Mm-hmm.
someone looked at me and said, "Look like you could be a counselor." I'm like, "Serious?" you know? And he said, "Give me your resume." He took my resume to his director at the Samaritan Village Veterans Program in New York, which is one of the biggest recovery places. And when she looked at the resume, she was like, nothing on here says you could counsel, you know. And I said, "Well, Malik said," who was her supervisor. And I said, "Listen, give me 30 days. And if I don't adapt to it,
Yes.
and it's been like that since 2006. So,
Look.
my life now dedicated to serving others that's still sick and suffering and those who are doing well."
Mm-hmm. Sure. That's wonderful. That's what you do on a daily basis. And listen, folks. Hi, Carolyn. Thank you for joining. Somebody say, yeah, that's where I'm from. I'm from Brownsville. The audience is popping. The hearts is going. You missing it. I can see it on this side. You can't see it on that side. But they all in there and everything. I got a cousin up there, Winston. Hi, Winston from DC area. Thank you for joining. Hi, Carolyn. You're in the Maryland area, I believe. Thank you for joining. That's my BFF. Thank y'all. I love y'all. And thank you so much for supporting the show every week. We really appreciate you all. But the same thing happened to me that happened to you. They say the same dog bit you, bit me. You know
Oh
what I mean?
man,
And nothing, it warms my heart but to give back freely what was given to me. But it's something about you and I, and we talked about this, right? We said we had a conversation about taking our show on the road. We
absolutely,
go to this anonymous place. Everybody know we
absolutely.
We step heavy, and I can contest of what you just said, because I ran into you in the airport. Remember, we had fun in the airport.
Yeah, yeah.
We was coming back from somewhere, from one special places, and where all of us go. Like, it was at the convention, I think it was.
Absolutely.
And I saw you at the airport. So, and I not saw you that whole weekend, And so that's what we do. We go around special people to get, they help each other every single day, and it just stems out. But you know what they don't do? We talked about this last week.
Right. That's right.
They don't take their show on the road.
Mm-mm.
They stay confined in that anonymous place, And I know some people who like, nah, that's okay. I'm not coming on the podcast. I don't do that type of stuff. Well, go ahead and keep your message, Lou, because it's a secret still.
That's right.
Ooh, don't
they take anonymity too. I mean, it's just like
they don't even know the true
Yeah,
meaning.
yeah.
Oh my God. And they've been sitting there with years. I've listened to them like, okay, you're right.
Absolutely.
To each his own. That's why I love that program. But hi Cola, Walaikum Salam, Rahmatullah. I see you. Hello, everybody. Oh gosh, the audience is filling up. Come on, y'all. Click, like, and share. Share, invite someone in, because you don't want to miss this episode. This is the finale from the Surviving Addiction series we had all summer long. We had Nicole R. Kelly kick it off. R. Kelly Mack from Philadelphia was our first speaker this summer. And you, Azzam Abdullah Azim, is closing us out. They don't know they've been in treatment all summer.
You better ask somebody.
They've been in treatment all summer. We've been giving it to them, dropping jewels, man. So my next question is, how was it in the household growing up? The household, mother, father, was it no father? You talked about your siblings, but talk a little bit more about how that was, how you interacted with your siblings, because we all know, and what I do in the addiction series is, we go back to the root. We literally tell how and where, because what the audience is going to see is how addiction erupted, where it derived from.
Absolutely. So the onset was, right, so I have 3 sisters and my mother. My mother's an immigrant from Puerto Rico, where she came to the States with maybe a 6th grade education, if that. She met my father, both heroin addicts. Then eventually my mother got tired of using, but my grandmother took us first. So when my mother got her life together, she got us back. So you figure I'm 8. My sister next to me is 9, and my 2 older sisters got us about 3 and 4 years old. 3 to 4 years, right? And what ended up happening, my mother was still she was still selling. You know what I'm saying? She was still selling marijuana. I don't know if y'all in here, y'all remember the brown bags, right? When you could get 15 joints out the bag.
Them little brown bags.
So right? And so I think at that age there, I didn't know there was an indifference in me, right? I just knew when I grew up in that area, in that household, how was these 4 ladies gonna raise me to be a man? So immediately I felt indifferent, because when I would go outside, all my friends, they got brothers, they got cousins. And so imagine this, Doc, imagine this. I get into a fight and I can't say I'm going home to get my brother. I definitely can't say I'll be back, I'm going to get my sister. So coming home, you know what I'm saying, I lost my identity then, you know what I'm saying? And then I was always told to do, throw out the garbage, go do this, go do that. You know what I'm saying? I was tender-headed because I had long hair, but I was tender-headed. So it was a lot of fight between me and my other sister, although we grew up neck and neck, same public school, same high school, and then they had us in Catholic school. Very confusing, because I couldn't understand, like, hold up, we're this. You know what I'm saying? And we this is bringing to the table, right? So
yeah. Come on, get with it,
real, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out why they got this picture. I'm a young kid. I was always optimistic, right? So let me tell you, Azzam means a determined one, right? So I'm always determined to get to the origin of something, and I'm trying to figure out why they got this Last Supper. Everybody white, but in my house, everybody's black. So where were we? You know what I'm saying? So something was wrong with that. So I became, from the abandonment issues, and I know this now, like you said, I know it now because I went back to the root of things, right? What ended up happening, because my father wasn't there, I'm looking for a male role model now because none is in the household.
Yeah.
Every boyfriend my mother had was a heroin addict.
Ooh,
So I go to the streets, and all my role models was drug dealers, gamblers, hustlers, pimps, shooting dice. So this is at 8. You know what I'm saying? And these became my role models. These became my figures and stuff like that. And although it's bad, I didn't want to do that. When we talking about the grip, like caught up in the grip.
Caught in the grip.
And like, you know, I didn't like my name, though. And my name was Frederick Morris Powell Jr. The second. I had a resentment with my dad. I ain't want that name. And then, you know, I became an atheist. Right? Somebody came and told me that the black man was God, that I made the earth, I made the sun, and I could tell you how fast the earth travels around the sun and all of that. Then I end up mixing that up with some weed.
Uh-oh. Watch out now. Y'all better
look. So now I can tell you how fast it, but because my mother was selling, so we would take the weed, and I come from the days of Mad Dog 2020.
Ooh.
Wild Irish Rose. And my sister and them, they would cut class, right? And now I learned how to manipulate.
Hold on one second. Stay right there.
If you don't give me a sip.
Let me tell you. Wait a minute. Wait. You got some people in the audience. They talking about some, junk, share about it. Go ahead. Tell it all, brother. What you call them in there? Talk about it, brother. And this, that, and the third. They all excited. They got the hearts. Everything's going crazy. Yo, the chat didn't go crazy like that all summer long. Go ahead with the rose, the Wild Irish Rose.
So they be watching what is it? One Life to Live. You know that they
right
that
in the household.
Mad Dog 2020 and all of that. So y'all got to give me a sip because my mother working in a factory now. She stopped selling weed. You know. And that's how it began. We talking about the onset of addiction.
Okay, good. So that means that. So you would agree that addiction environment is a part of symptom of the disease.
Absolutely.
Very good. And you demonstrated that very well tonight. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
All right. And so that was the environment. What about biological? Let's talk about that part. And of course, you know, I get all this stuff from the work that we do. I'm just bringing it to this platform, write it in books, write it in work journals, you know, and give it to the people. That's what we do. You know what I mean? Look, the chat, they talking about some Mad Dog, wild Irish Rose. They going in on you. So listen, so biological, you describe your siblings and your parents, both mother and father, you said, was on substances and drank and did all those things in the household. So that's the biological onset. Then you talked about the environmental. What about psychological? Talk about the mental aspects. Anybody with severe mental health challenges or even with criminal justice. Did you have a criminal justice background? I'll be quiet. You talk.
Oh, yeah. So we had my uncle with, man, Allah be pleased with him. His name was Kitty Boo. He was the gangster uncle, right?
Yeah.
This is the one that, like, I really cling to him because every time he came home, he got money and all of that, right? We got that uncle. Then we got Uncle Carlos, who was the college uncle, right? He sent me the fresh air for when I was young. Then you got Uncle Fredo, he the construction worker.
Woo!
Then you got Uncle Chidi, he's the number runner, right?
Woo!
And then you got Uncle Kitty Boo. No, not Kitty Boo, is the gangster. Then you got Uncle Collie, who's the pimp.
Wow. So how many uncles did you have? Is this all on your mother's side, or is this a community? These are all biological uncles.
Absolutely. Biological. I resented my father so bad I didn't mess with nobody on that side of the family.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
I didn't mess with them until I got clean.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That they was cut off. You know what I'm saying? Like the only one we did go see was Grandma Stell, and that was like, you know, on Christmas we would go there and stuff like. And my dad was a drive-by dad. You know what I'm saying? When we showed up, but those was my role models. You know what I'm saying? And I only know that now because after doing the work. Ooh. I said, so where was that disease planted at? Where did it come from? And I recall them taking me to dice game, shoot that dice, nephew, you know what I'm saying? But baby need a new pair of shoes, you know what I'm saying? And they going in, then they got the old English, you know what I'm saying? All of that, getting a sip. you know, I come from the day my grandmother's Puerto Rican. She was the head of the family at that piece there. I come from, I don't even, people might not even know this, but they too young for this one, sis, right? Schaefer beer. You remember Schaefer?
I know Schaefer
Yeah,
and I know Schaefer and the Miller and
yeah,
Millers.
yeah, that part,
Miller.
right?
They
And
used to drink.
so I come from that. So, but living in East New York, man, the
Mm-hmm.
75th precinct was, they actually got a movie because of that precinct called the
Wow.
75th. That's how bad it was around there, you know. And I have to say, you talking about psychological, right?
Yeah.
My first murder I seen, I was 8 years old, right?
Mm.
Because we didn't go to the baseball field. We played in lots, you know, abandoned
Yeah.
lots and stuff like that. It wasn't no
Mm-hmm.
parks and none of that where I came
Mm-hmm.
from. And they was shooting dice one day. I had a bat in my hand. The guy snatched the bat out of my hand to defend himself and hit the other guy in the temple, and he dropped dead. And I don't remember that until I get clean.
Wow.
You know, I grew up around a bunch of gangs. They had Crazy Homicide, Buccaneer Laws, Montauk Chest Breakers, Sex Boys, you know, and this
Wow.
what I grew up in an environment like this. You know what I'm
I
saying?
told y'all, hold on a minute, because this is hot and heavy. I told y'all he was going to drop the truth. I told you he was going to tell you clearly where the addiction came from. We about to get into some other stuff. Ooh, this was good. This is what you all missed if you are just joining. Thank you so much. Hi, Samaya. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Hi, Mr. Burton. Hi. Says, yes, I feel you, my role model. And you said that Raheem's my husband. Somebody's saying Raheem, um, the Brooklyn boss, called my husband the Brooklyn boss when he was a little kid around your age. And it's somebody else is saying, I do. My mom used to drink that beer, the beer that you mentioned. They saying,
Okay.
Samaya saying, yeah, my mom used to drink that. You really have the audience. They are interacting. They are in there
Awesome.
chatting it
Awesome.
up and everything. So what you just described, and I just want to make this clear to the audience, that we started off with talking about the sociological. He just described the development of his addiction, the structure, the functioning, and as a human in the society environment where he came from, which was East New York City. Wow. My family had that too. Everybody in there saying, yep, that went on in their household too. So now, whoo, it's getting hot in here. It's getting hot, and here you dropped the mic on that one, buddy. I'm telling you now, I thank you for coming on and getting this gut.
Absolutely. I'm thankful for the invite.
This is the only way that people won't be able to really understand the disease of
Absolutely.
addiction. They think that it comes because they picked up that little bag, that drink, that
Mm-mm.
needle, whatever it is. No, it's everything underneath that. Listen, and nobody ever asked. Nobody don't ask until they get in trouble and it's too late. Now they coming to see us to get some help.
Absolutely.
And then they get to the exact nature. Oh, that's what happened. Yeah. I was around all of that and I became this, you know. And so we're going to move now. We've been on a half an hour. We're going to move into some additional questions. Now, this question is, what year did you get clean?
I
What's
remember
your
it
clean
like it
date?
was yesterday, July 12th, 1995.
What happened? What made you know like this is it?
So it's crazy because so after going in and out of jail, started off in 1984. I started going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
I caught my last bid in 1993. I caught a 1.5 to 3. I did maybe about 15 months, got work release, came home. You know, I tried to change drugs. I thought if I changed drugs, that was the problem, right? But then on work release, I went to parole on July 11th. You know, and you know how crazy this is. I was
Mm-hmm.
actually praying, trying to stop myself from going to the spot.
Woo!
Right, I'm reciting the Fatiha. They might not know what the Fatiha is, but I'm reciting that. But I could not stop. So when I report July 11th, I go to the parole officer. The one I'm used to running. I'm the rabbit. I'm used to running, but it's something in my spirit. Today, I want to say it was some sort of an epiphany. You know what I'm saying? But I said to the PO, I said, listen, I can't do this no more. He said, what do you mean? I said, I'm using again. But it ain't look like it because it was at the beginning stages all over again. I still had my job. I was working, and I actually was on vacation. He said, what do you want to do? For the first time, I said, Remember, I thought I was God, right? I created something. For the first time, I said, I don't know what to do. Because we don't need
Nice.
to understand addiction is a habit forming behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Early in life, man and woman creates habits. Late in life, the habits creates the man or the woman. I
Mm-hmm.
said, I don't know what to do. He said, would you like to go to detox? I'm like, detox? What's detox? He says, about 7 days. I said, listen, I've been using and going to jail for the last 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
ain't add up. He said,
Mm-hmm.
so what we're going to do, we're going to let you go home tonight and come back tomorrow. And July
Mm-hmm.
11, 1995 was the last time I used. I
Wow.
went into treatment July 12, 1995.
Nice, nice. Woo! Well, y'all heard it right here. He's not a one and done. He said he had a relapses in his story. He did that vicious cycle type of situation. But he finally got a chance to get help in 95, and here he is. So how many years does that make it all together?
At this time, thanking God, I have 28 years, 2 months, and today is the 7th and 26 days.
Woo! Congratulations. Listen. Ooh, wee. So now when he asked you, when you said, I don't know, when you said what you had to do, they saying, oh, tell it all. Very powerful story. That's what they saying in the audience. So that's what I can see at least anyway. So when he asked you, what happened after that? You went off into where? Where did you
Well,
help?
they let me go home that same day, July 11th, right? I
Mhm.
left parole, came home. I went to my mother's house because I was living with mommy again because mommy
Mhm.
never kicked me out. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
good.
And I
Yeah.
packed a bag. I packed a knapsack, put a couple of pair of pants in there. I
Mhm.
took my clippers and all that, and I went on my last run for that
Mhm.
night.
Uh-huh.
And I used all that night, and I snuck on the train 8:30, 9 o'clock that following day on July 12th, and went
Mhm.
to parole and reported. And they drove me to treatment in the Bronx. No, in Manhattan, matter of fact.
Mhm.
They took me to intake in the somewhere uptown. And they left
Mhm.
me at intake, and I had to wait there till the van came to take me to the Bronx. And
Okay.
I went to treatment that day.
Okay. All right. Well, again, congratulations. And so, um, tell the audience what one significant thing that you learned in treatment. Oh, wait a minute, we got another comment. They said, "I respect you, brother. You the first person I ever heard that tell it all. Not a feel good story, but respect, my brother. Respect."
Appreciate it. Thank
Oh,
you.
praise God. That is
Thank
so
you.
beautiful. That's what we want to do. We want to impact communities and help change the world one community at a time, one person at a time. So,
Absolutely.
what was the one significant thing that you mostly remember in your early stages of treatment?
Interesting. So I I checked in July 12th. I'm there for about a week and a half. And I need to say when I got clean, I
Wait a
had
minute, let me say something. You said you went in July 12th?
July 12th, 1995, I went into treatment.
Guess what? July 12th, 2005, I came out of treatment.
Stop playing.
I kid you not.
You can't make this up.
That's the day I got kicked out of
Oh,
treatment.
so you didn't leave, you got kicked out.
I got kicked. They discharged me. You know what? I keep telling you, don't go over there on the boys' unit. You keep staying over there. Get out of there. They kicked me out, but I still didn't use. I followed the instructions because I heard a message.
Absolutely.
I heard a clear message of recovery. It was too late. Even though I had them behaviors, I still knew not to use drugs. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
The life-changing moment for me was again, so I'm clean, got 6 gold fronts. I had some nice long braids, and they said in order for me to stay in treatment, they had to cut my hair. No, I was not talking like this then. Like it was a lot of, I think it'd be 4 curse words than a verb, something like that, right? And I told the counselor, call my effing parole officer. Y'all not cutting my hair,
I'm not staying here. Right.
right? And he said, do me
Resistant.
a
It was
favor, young man.
resistant.
He said, before
Resistant.
we call your parole officer, go back and check your track record. And as
Mm,
we know in recovery, that's a 10th step, a spot
mhm.
check. But I didn't know that then. So when I went back to my bed, I said, I'm trying to avoid a violation, right?
Sure.
And
Mhm.
I said, so what's going on? Why I keep going to jail? I said to myself, for the first time, you sell drugs, you go to jail.
Yeah.
You use drugs, you go to jail. That
Yeah.
was my first aha moment. And
Yeah.
I
Wow.
ended up staying there. So I
Okay.
ended up staying, but I need to share this piece here, right? So
Okay.
that's July 12th. I went in, so that's around the end of July. August 17th, you talking about the pivotal moment of the obsession lifting, right? And I
Woo.
always get emotional with this one, right? Because
Mhm.
when we talk about God's grace and mercy, what does that really look like? Sis, hear me,
Mm.
man. August 17th, like, us black guys, when we go somewhere, the first thing we want to do is work out and get our little weight back on. And I'm lifting weights in the morning, 7:30. Something rushed to my head,
Mhm.
and an aneurysm that I did not know that I had ruptured in my head, right?
Oh my God.
And I'm bleeding internally, man, right? And I'm talking about God's grace. Oh man, I'm bleeding
Mm.
internally, and I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna fall out. And thank God I was in treatment when the doctor came, and then the medical terminology is a subarachnoid hemorrhage, which is
Mm.
basically a bleeding in the brain
In the
and my
brain.
spinal fluid. You get what I'm saying? And August 18th of that same year, they rushed me to the hospital to have a craniotomy. They had to cut my skull open, sis. And I'm telling you, when I woke up the next day, I got staples going down the side of my face, right? And my head is twice the size it was when I went into surgery.
Wow.
And then I sat there, check this one out. We not that number 12, right? I sat in the hospital for 12 days, and that's when I reflected on the war story because I got them. I usually
Ooh,
tell
my
people, if you want to
God.
know my war story, go watch New Jack City,
Mm.
right? I
Yeah.
aspired to be Wesley Snipes,
Wow.
but I almost end up like Pookie, right? When I done the work, I was closer to Pookie.
Well, there it is, folks. You heard it right here on Bring It to the Table with your girl, Author Doc B. She's in the building. Listen, if you ain't free, you better go ahead and get free because Azzam Abdullah Azim is dropping it like it's hot out here. He is dropping some jewels. He is telling his story, and we are so appreciative. He said he aspired to be Wesley Snipes, but ended up like Pookie. What a metaphor. What a metaphor for you tonight. Thank you all for joining. Hi, if you're just coming on, we are talking to Azzam Abdullah Azim from New York City. Where do you currently live now?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, yeah, we close. We close. Yeah. Okay. All right. And so you started, of course, going to the meetings and anything else that helped you remain clean and then go into your education.
Interesting. And as we know, when you're in treatment, H&I comes in, and H&I is
Mhm.
hospital institution from a fellowship of recovering
Right.
addicts. They come bring this
Mhm.
message. I was
Mhm.
always pissed off when they came in because I was playing chess. Like, what the hell y'all doing here?
I was playing spades. I was
the
playing
guy,
spades.
the guy came in one day and he said, you never gotta use again. He said, my name is such and such no matter what. He had this slick name. And I'm like, and I was arrogant. Like I said, I was real arrogant. And you couldn't tell me nothing. Cause now I know I don't want to use. So I'm arrogant. Like I don't know about recovery, the lingo, none of that. And I was like, yo, what is that no matter what? You know what I'm saying? And he said, yo, if the fish died, if this died. So I was really mocking him, not knowing how important that no matter what is. So I wasn't a
Mm.
Zam then. I had to go by my government name. And I said, my name is Fred no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And then it
Oh
kicked in,
my gosh.
you
I'm
know.
not surprised.
But what ended up happening, because I didn't know that lingo, what really made me not want to use again, because you remember Mike Tyson in the 90s, this is when he was doing his thing. And I
Uh-huh.
thought to myself, what I need something to make me not want to use, because I didn't know that language. So I said, if I ever smoke crack again, it would be like getting in the ring with Mike Tyson.
Ah, okay. I've heard you share that.
And that's what helped me in the beginning.
I've heard you share that. Yeah. Wow. That's good stuff right there. Woo wee. And so, oh, they saying love you, man. They said, wow. They said my brother is deep. They said that brother deep right there. That's what's up. Okay, thank you for coming. Please come back. No, I'm off for the next 2 weeks. I'm on tour. I'll tell y'all about that in a little bit. But so oh my gosh. I'm like tongue tied. I never get tongue tied on my own show. I don't never get like lost for words, but you just breathtaking. You're taking me away on here. And so so now you're on your journey. You get it 1 year and you get, they saying step heavy, keep stepping heavy, my brother. That's what they saying to you.
Alhamdulillah.
They saying wait a minute, so you moving along in your journey, and then you get 1 year, then you get 2 years, then you get 3 years, and you maintaining some stuff. And so at what point did you realize education would be a key factor in your life?
Oh, interesting. So while in treatment, they have this place called VESIT, which is vocational education for substance abuse for individuals with disability. They actually pay for you to go to school, right? So while in there, after about 6 months and recuperating from the surgery, I signed up for that. You got to see a psychologist and a psychiatrist, and they was amazed about my memorization still, because you got to take these psychological tests.
But even after the brain injury, you still...
Absolutely. When I told them that, they said they never seen someone recover from a brain injury like that. You know, they usually got to have rehabilitation, learn how to talk again. You know, so long story short, in treatment, you have to do some type of job detail. And because I was so active and wouldn't stay in my bed, they put me in the nursing department.
Okay.
Right. So when I thought of education, I became a medical assistant first. Right. I became a medical assistant. And that's what led me, my first going back to school was that, you know, becoming a medical assistant while in treatment. Nice. And what ended up happening, I excelled so good in there, they wanted to make me a paralegal, but I didn't have no degree. So they said I would have to go back to school. And that's when I signed up. At the time, it was called Audrey Coleman College on Varick in New York. And I was going for the associates, but they didn't have it. And then I signed up for a bachelor's in business administration. And that began my educational journey.
Nice. And you were staying clean no matter what, right?
Oh yeah, no matter what.
And would you say you were staying clean on sheer willpower?
I would say more so Allah lifted the obsession.
Okay.
Allah lifted the obsession.
Okay.
You know, and you know, we have that.
Well, it wasn't just your own will. It was
it
God.
Definitely was my own will. I seen examples, man. I seen hope in other people. You know, but more importantly, you know, I seen the damage that it did to me. You know what I'm saying? And I just, again, I vowed that no matter what, it sunk in afterwards when the brother said, no matter what we don't use, because stuff started happening for me. Good things started happening. Life was still going on. And check this out. You said something so important, right? I remember getting out May 31st, right? 1997, a day before my birthday. Right, my birthday is June 1st. I don't know about your birthday. My birthday always
June 5th. June
15 days before, though. You know what I'm saying? My birthday was June 1st, but it always began 15 days before it ended. So my first spot, I didn't go to the meeting. You know what I'm saying? When you leave treatment, go to a meeting. I went to the club, right? And I'm in the club with a bunch of Geminis, and they go to the bar.
Oh my!
You know, the first one is always free. Now I know I don't want to use. Let me show you how much I was fronting, right?
Yeah.
So I go to the bar with them and I say, yo, nah, just give me a grape soda. But I want to fit in. We talk about the disease of addiction. I want to fit in. So you know what I tell them, sis? Yo, put a cherry and an umbrella in it. And a grape soda. And I'm walking
You
around.
better come on and set this show on fire, buddy.
I walk with a grape soda like this. I got this bop going on in the club. And I did that for a little while. You know, before I really embarked on the recovery journey, man.
Okay.
I had an uncle that used to take me to meetings. I wasn't driving or nothing. He would take me to a meeting called the Basic Tools of Life, you know.
Yeah.
And I would go only when he take me, you know. And this is what really helped me. You said something so important. I remember having a car accident, right? After I stopped making meetings. I wasn't really making meetings. My uncle rang the bell. And I was going by AZ then. I was on Image Time, right? I'm on Image Time. He rings the bell. He said, AZ, you made a meeting? I said, no, you make a meeting. He said, meeting makers make it. And I said, they full too. He said, ask them how they felt. Oh my God. You know, and I end up coming back.
They supposed to say that they fell. They supposed to say they fell because they stopped making meetings.
Right.
Oh boy, this thing is well. There it
Look,
is, folks. You heard it right here on Bring It to the Table. Meet and Makers Make It. That's what Azzam Abdullah Azim does, and he said that's the way he stay clean. Listen, hi Keisha, thank you for coming. Oh Keisha, that's my day one buddy. Hi Keisha, thank you for coming. Hi Latoya, thank you for coming.
yeah,
Ooh,
give me
they
one
popping
minute.
it. Hi Elroy,
What's
thank
up,
you for
Bianca?
coming. Oh, hi Carolyn, thank you for coming. Oh my
Bianca,
God.
in the room.
Listen, he is in here dropping it like it's hot. Y'all missing it. Please, if you have any questions out there, somebody saying hello, DOC, hello, Doc. Hey, how you doing? That's Elroy. Listen, ask some questions, y'all. Drop some of them questions in that chat so we can get some meat and get some more meat and potatoes going on here because he telling it like it is. He talking about the war stories. He talking about recovery. Walaikum salam, how Sharifa, thank you for coming. Woo, wait, that chat is getting down with the get down. I love this, man. This is
Me
what
too.
we do, man. This is what we do. Well, I might as well tell them the secret right now. Want me to tell them?
It's up to you, sis.
I am considering Azim to be my co-host. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Is he real or what? I knew he would be perfect for me. If I wanted a girl, a lady, but then I was like, we might need to change it up for the rest of the year or the new year coming up in January. Coming up, maybe he'll join us. We don't know, but these are my thoughts, and I've been in prayer. Look, they saying, yeah, that's good. Look, they already congratulating you. They saying congratulations, Crow host. They saying that's a great idea. And Keisha saying, yes, keep him, honey. Keisha, I know why you want me to keep him. And he's single too, so don't even try it, girl. Bye. hey, Cola, what you say? Cola said, yes, yes.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for the vote of confidence.
Brother. He said, yes, he's a true brother. Keisha up there laughing because what I just said. That's what we do here on Bring It to the Table. We deal with everyday people just like you and me who have overcome, conquered, survived anything, and is living beyond your dreams. This platform is a safe space for you to come. I like to deal with society issues. I like to deal with family issues, especially in the Black community and the Islamic issues that how our Islamic values clash with the recovery process. But
Absolutely.
yet we still make it. We still rise and then thrive in our element. So we want to thank God for all of those things. People saying perfect, honey. It's a perfect pick. You picked the perfect picker. Oh, my pick ain't broke no more. It ain't broke no more. It ain't broke no more. Tanya's cracking up. She's laughing out loud. Single, single, single. And they all, oh, you're going to have them all coming every week. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, hey, Auntie. Oh, my God. The matriarch of my family is on tonight.
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
That's my auntie. I can't believe she made it. She's on right now. Hi,
Well,
everybody. Thank you all. Do you have any suggest? Oh, you got a question. You ready?
yeah.
Somebody's asking, can you please type your name? Because I can't see your name either, whoever typed this question. They're asking you, do you have any suggestions for someone who has mental health challenges in regard to pursuing a degree? Mental health.
Okay, so the first thing is it's called self-care first, right? You have to be able to deal with your issue before you can help somebody with their issue because they really have something out there for that right now called peer support specialists, which
Mm-hmm.
you usually got to have either one of those diagnoses because those are the type of people you'll be working with. But more importantly, it's called RAP. RAP is Wellness Recovery Action
Mm-hmm.
Plan for yourself first. And once you become stabilized, then you can consider helping somebody else.
Oh, that's a really good answer. Let me answer it as well. Okay. Do you mind, Najiba? That came from Najiba. And so, Najiba, thank you for joining. I really do appreciate that. That was a really good answer. And peer support is so important. They call them peer recovery specialists and things like that. They have all kinds of things out there for those with mental health challenges. But here's what Doc B got to say, okay? Because I'm a whole realist. If you smoke dope and you use dope, and if you did drugs, if you drank alcohol, you commenced to trying to kill yourself on any level in life, I don't care if you didn't even follow doctor's directions, if they said take this insulin and you still eating all this stuff and taking insulin, if you didn't go to your cancer treatments, guess what you getting ready to do? You got a mental health problem. There is something wrong in your
Mhm.
mindset that told you not to do it. So guess what? If you did drugs every day and it told you to keep doing it, guess what? You got a mental health problem. So it doesn't even matter. That was a really, really, really good question, Najiba, and we love
Yes, well,
questions here. But if you did all of what I just mentioned right here on this show tonight, guess what? You had a mental health problem. They say in treatment, right, Azim, they say this: what came first, the chicken or the egg? Was it
right.
mental health or was it substance abuse? It don't even matter which one came first. One triggered the other, but they're both the same symptoms, same everything. Mental health gets a little bit more in depth. Like, I love the way you put that self-care and put that personal plan, them IP plans and stuff for those that have mental health disorders. Mine was bipolar. I ain't know if it was 1, 2, severe depression. I smoked crack cocaine and it left me in a whole stupor. I had all the symptoms of all depression and bipolar when I first came. You said something to me, I was all the way up. Then next thing you know, I'm sitting in the chair looking sad as I don't know what.
Yeah.
Okay. Days in at a time, days out, days in, days out. Wasn't until I really got plugged into recovery that all of those things changed my life. Look, they're saying they are so proud of you, Azzam. They're saying best is yet to come for you, brother. This is what they're
Thank
saying
you.
in the audience. People saying me too. They had it as well. They're telling me to spit fire. Okay, well, I'm spitting it. That's, hey, listen, that's what we do here. We help communities heal. We help communities heal, and we help everyday people heal, one person at a time. So now, woo, we wrapping it up. Let's get into it. If you had anything to tell a person who is, I'm going to use the word struggling. I'm not going to say active addict, or because to me, all humans have addiction. Every human being on the planet suffer in one level or one form or another with some type of addiction, from gambling to eating to shopping to all kinds of things. So, what would you tell the person who struggles with addiction? What would you tell
Okay.
them?
And that's so interesting, man, because when I think of the word struggle, right, and I mean this is a real heartache to stop or whatever the case may be, you know, the struggle, the exact nature. Because when we talk about getting to the underlying reason why I'm struggling, because more likely I'm being disobedient
Ooh,
to some other guidance that was given to me already. So
yeah.
now the struggle is like, listening.
Mm,
Here go the hit
mm,
right here, right?
mm, mm.
And I hope y'all all that's listening now believes in God, right? And if you're not, good only direction to work for you. Look, in order to obey God, I gotta disobey me. I'm gonna say that again. In order to obey God, I gotta disobey me, because that's the struggle. Because we talk about the self-made prison, right?
Yeah,
I invented this person, right? I
yeah,
self-loathe myself, I'm self-destructive, I said all this bad stuff about me. So the struggle is, can I say that that's not who I am and that's who I became?
yeah.
I wasn't no. Remember, we're made in a state of fitra, right? Where that
Mhm,
we're pure, and we was taught this behavior. So the
mhm.
struggle is like this. The struggle, because I gotta have to leave some people alone when I stop doing the things that they're doing.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait. I think we did find our co-host. This is just so amazing. You tore it up. Listen, they saying powerful. You better preach, obey God in order to obey me. Ooh, powerful words. They saying amen, amen. They saying yes. They is up here with punches and all kinds of stuff in the chat. I ain't never seen chat go crazy like that. Oh my gosh. Thank you all for your engagement. I really do appreciate y'all. Well, there it is, folks. You heard it right here on Bring It to the Table with your host, Author Doc B, and her special guest, soon to be co host, Azzam Abdullah Azim. Listen, he said you need to be obedient. But guess what? You have to not get your own self, turn your own self down. In other words, say no to
Mm-hmm.
you. You got to say, do I want that? Yeah, I want that. No, the doctor said I got diabetes. Don't take that. Do I want that? Yeah, the doctor said if I do that, then I could die. Nope, don't take. And so, in other words, and to resist your own wants and stuff. Ooh, boy, you going into a whole new thing here, boy. I'm gonna be so glad to take a rest and know that the show is gonna be all right when you come on. This is just amazing.
Absolutely.
Amazing. They saying love you, and Marcia Moore's on there. Good evening, everyone. Hi. Somebody saying straight up talk. He really is dropping jewels. This is just amazing. And so now, um, what is next for Azam besides podcasting? Because you're definitely going to podcast. You're going to be great at it. I'm going to teach you all the ins and outs. What's next
Okay,
for
at this time right now, I just finished another academy called Recovery Coach.
you? Mm-hmm.
So I'm really looking to set that up, and I do also have, and I hope you come aboard with that, a nonprofit organization that's called Free at Last Too, which
Mm,
is a transitional housing program. I don't want to just house people, but within the house, there's going to be services provided in there. You
nice.
know, because as the diction talks about, as our disease progressed, we picked up strange habits and mannerisms. We forgot
Yes.
how to laugh. We forgot how to play. We forgot how to show concerns. And we want to put this all back together. We don't want to just give you a bed and show you how to put down a drug. We want to show you how to live.
Yes.
So
Wow.
that's what's on the agenda now. I'm coming to the table. Actually, I got a phone call tomorrow. I got to have with someone in Kentucky,
Mm-hmm.
in regards to hopefully a business deal. Because I do some virtual stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
Every Monday, Tuesday, and
Mm-hmm.
Thursday as a peer support specialist in Kentucky. I'm certified in 2 states, in North Carolina and Kentucky. So I'm just looking to grow and meet, like you said. Let me say again, I thank you for this opportunity. I
Sure.
mean, it's so heartfelt, so touching. But as we know, it's the qadr of Allah. If they don't know what the qadr of
Yes.
Allah means, Allah
Yes.
done wrote this a long time ago.
Yes.
Doc B gonna be calling Zam to come hang out with
Yes.
her.
Yes.
But
Meaning it was
nonetheless,
written.
I'm looking to reach more people. But that's what I said. You was
Absolutely.
ideal because like you came in my mind. I don't know how it happened, but no, I do know how it happened. Allah did it, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
said, yo, I want to do something because I ain't got 1,000 people on TikTok yet, so I can't go live. And you just did it for me.
Absolutely did.
I don't got
And
to
you
go
can
nowhere now. I'm staying
and,
right here.
and I'm going to send you links where you can put this whole episode on your TikTok. You'll
Oh,
also be
wow.
on
Okay.
Spotify. You'll be on Spotify, and I'm going to upload it on TikTok myself on Spotify. I'll tag you and everything. You
Okay.
have to send me your Instagram so I can tag you on Instagram. Um,
Gotcha.
and so let me ask you this. It says build it, wishing you nothing but the best. You have my best wishes. A lot to offer, brother. That's what they're saying. They saying, may the creator continue to increase you both in all your affairs. They're
I
saying that
mean,
they just love it. I mean, they're saying not you are not just a survivor, but you two are living. That's what they're saying. They're Samaya is saying, oh boy, y'all took the mask off this joint today. Yes, we did. We have to. Hi, Monica. Thank you for joining. Monica's sisters, Nicole Kelly Mack. She was the first one to introduce our series this summer, and you are the last one closing us out. They've been in treatment all summer long, getting all types of
awesome.
yeah, we taught them life, social, and coping skills, addressing thoughts, feelings, and behavior for real. That's all I did. I wrote a workbook. So I want to tell the audience this. Doc B is on tour right now, and we'll get our final remarks from Azzam in 1 second. Doc B is on tour right now. Hi, friend. Doc B is on tour. I will be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at Black and Nobel bookstore on September the 15th. That's not this Friday, but next Friday. I will be there all day long. So stop in, get a picture, get your book. But you got to go to Eventbrite to get your ticket because it's a ticket event. Yep. That's how I make my money. I sell the tickets whether you come or not. I don't care. I still get my money. But that's how you got to do it. You got to be creative. That's that leadership stuff. Then I will be in Seattle, Washington coming soon. Then I'll be in Baltimore coming soon. I'll be in New York City coming soon. And I'll be back in Atlanta, Georgia at the Art Exchange Theater. I'll be in the theater. And then I'll have some live entertainment there when I go there. Oh, thank you so much, Marcia. I'm proud of you too. You're doing some really, really, really good stuff. That's great. Somebody saying I lived in transitional in Greensboro. Okay. They said Baltimore is waiting for you, sis. Oh, thank you so much. Look at that. Isn't that nice? That is so
Awesome.
nice. That's amazing. But so I've talked to you about writing a book, so you will be writing your book as well. Don't forget to tell
Absolutely.
them that much.
Absolutely. The upcoming book. Yes.
It's coming, it's coming. So any last words? Any last words? It says, hey, love you much. Oh, hi, DJ Larry is on. That's my childhood friend, right? Love you too. Proud of you, love you. Oh, Keisha, thank you so much. God is using you, sis. Oh, Keisha, you know, it's Keisha put that. You know how you meet people and they put that recovery in you.
Mm-hmm.
She's one. She's one. You know, and they just put it in there, you know, and then you follow. I did. I followed her everywhere, you know. I love you so much, Keisha. I really miss you. I'm looking forward to seeing you. I'll be there on the 15th. I'm actually going to go to No Nonsense Group too. So I'll be there Friday night, the 15th. Azam, so let me tell you something. Azam, what do you have final remarks for the audience? Final remarks. And how was this? I know you said you enjoyed this experience, but you just was a breathtaking. You just took the audience right out. I mean, it was crazy. But what would your final words be?
My final words would be
Oh
this.
wait, I'm sorry. I forgot to say living beyond your dreams. Is this what you consider living beyond your dreams?
It has yet to come.
Ah!
You know,
You told
what
me
I was.
before, but you said this to me before when I first asked you. You said just not using is beyond your dreams.
That's it.
Not
That's it.
going to jail was beyond your dreams.
That's it.
And you never saw all of this coming.
No.
Okay.
And this is still what I believe, and in our 11 steps, it talks about this is just a glimpse.
Mm.
This is just everything that's going on is just a glimpse. What I learned just last week is that we are the only creatures that don't respect time.
Wow.
Make the
Humans.
most of your time.
Humans. Make the most of your time.
Make
Well,
the
that's
most of
his
your
closing
time.
remarks. I love it. I
Make the most of your time because
love it.
this is a day that you would never see again.
Yes.
When tomorrow comes, you'll be saying, I wish I'd have did this yesterday.
Well, I'm sorry we had this time together, and I'm so glad that we did. And I'm sorry at the same time we must go because if I don't get off before the hour, Instagram won't let me put it up there. So
Okay.
I hope you all remember everything he said. I'm going to get some more of what he has to offer because he's going to be a part of my life and yours too if you tune in on Thursdays at 8 p.m. I will not be available next Thursday. I will be out of town. I'm on a book tour. Please catch me. The workbook is on my website, www.author.b.com, and you can get your workbook and your book. If you too want to be a guest on the podcast, reach out to me on the inbox. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, 3 different Facebook channels I manage, and in LinkedIn. So with that being said, we're going to say good night to everyone and thank you all for joining. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Nice. That was good. Oh my God.